Pierre Poilievre silences a Liberal reporter again, leaving him speechless and unable to get his words together. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. And finally, we have a story that isn't about Justin Trudeau. Well, it kind of is, but isn't. But Pierre Poilievre making the news recently and exploding on social media, going viral, because Pierre was releasing these videos recently called How Do You Like Them Apples? And it was an interesting interview. Now, he sat down with what most people online on the other side of the spectrum, I'll say, are saying is a farmer. And it turns out, after a closer look into the information, that this farmer is actually a very well-known Liberal prostitute who works for a media outlet in the Okanagan in British Columbia. And of course, Pierre Poilievre taking no time to waste by putting him in his place. And we're going to get into that a little further in the video. But first, I wanted to get into Pierre's interview. I don't even want to stall anymore because it's so great watching Pierre kicking ass and taking names. Let's just jump straight in and take a look here at Pierre. Now, this video, again, it says here by Kian Bexty, Pierre Poilievre dismantles reporter's ego while eating an apple. I laughed throughout this entire video. I would recommend going to check it out. It is on Pierre's Twitter. It's on his YouTube page, as well as countless other places. Again, it went viral. I'm pretty sure you could find it just about anywhere you're wanting to find it. But here we go. I went about 2 minutes into the video because while they're talking about hospitals and healthcare, this reporter was, of course, ramping up as Pierre stands in this apple orchard to hear the, I guess, concerns of the people that he reports for. And while he tried to use the typical Liberal tactics of gaslighting and pushing Pierre into a corner to the point of trying to make him look bad, Pierre, of course, well aware of the tactics being used here. This man commands charisma. And that's one thing that I can give Pierre a lot of respect for. And he knows how to handle these types. Let's get right into the video, folks. Here we go.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. I mean, certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. I mean, it's that type of ideological stuff.
I never really talk about left or right.
Anyways,
I don't really believe in that.
Okay, a lot of people.
So here we go. It's already started. The owning has already started. You can see the reporter, or the prostitute, as I call him, stumbling to get his footing here because he's left wing, this and that. And Pierre, of course, this reminds me of akin to when they were talking about Justin Trudeau giving money out to the Kielburgers and his mother for speaking within the We Charity scandal, when Pierre's infamous video of him on the committee saying, just give us a dollar figure, please. Just an amount, please. Over and over again. He's always quick to silence these guys, and it continues to go on. I really didn't want to stop the video, but again, I'm trying not to break out in laughter. Let's keep it rolling.
Would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but...
Like who?
I don't know who, but...
Well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
You must know somebody.
Okay. I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this...
So again, it's great. So what I love about it, look at the smile on Pierre's face. He's sitting there being smug, eating an apple, like just showing this guy, you're not going to break me. You're not getting through. This is a solid wall of testicular fortitude and you're not breaking through, pal. I love that, again, he goes to the Trump tactic, because as soon as you label him similar to Trump, you can villainize, you can capitalize on that. And if Pierre were to fall for that, once again, you could find a way to demonize the whole interview and turn it around so that he looks like he's weak and he doesn't know what he's doing. But of course, Pierre, look at, he just calm and cool. He doesn't care. Eating his apple, telling this guy to shove it. It's great.
Question is, I mean, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
what are you
also,
talking about? What page? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. I mean, you make quite a, it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not sure. I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians
then forget that.
Trust you with their vote?
Common sense. Okay. Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. The guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck. Second, I'm going to make work pay. Right now we punish work. They're asking, why doesn't anybody want to work? Because work doesn't pay. Why would you work when you get punished for working? Our country now punishes work. You make it, Trudeau takes it. I'm going to cut taxes so people bring home more of each dollar they earn. Housing. We have the fewest houses per capita in the G7. Why? Too much bureaucracy. We have the land. We have more land than any other country in the G7. Yet why do we have the fewest houses per capita? Because you can't get anything built. I'm going to require cities boost home building by 15% per year, or they're going to lose federal money. But those that beat my target will get a bonus. So we reward good behavior and punish bad. That's common sense too.
So again, go check out the whole video. It's an 8-minute long interview. And again, this is part 2 of a 2-part interview with this what would be apple farmer who is actually a prostitute. It's so good to watch. And again, Pierre showing that he's up on his game. He has his talking points. He's not breaking. He's staying in his own lane. He's sticking to his message. And again, this is what leadership looks like. This is what somebody who wants to lead a country or an office, take office for people and mandate. This is what they look like. This is confidence at its finest. Now, a lot of people could tell me, well, you're showboating for Pierre. No, I've come to the realization that this man, while, hey, I've always said from day one, is more than likely to get my vote. But fanboying isn't the point. This man is most likely in the position right now to become the next Prime Minister of Canada. So whether you cheer for Maxime, whether you cheer for, anybody else, Liberals, anybody else, this is the guy to be watching, because this is the guy who's, by the looks of it, unless something catastrophic happens, is going to be running the country next. So instead of arguing amongst ourselves, we should be watching the guy and saying, what are his policies? What are we going to hold him to? I've been doing it from day one, saying, you've backtrailed on something. Let's talk about it. Keeping feet to the fire, I think, is the most important thing when he gets in, because if he doesn't follow through on his promises, it's going to spell disaster for the Conservative Party. And after 8 years of Trudeau, they've had what, three different leaders of the party in order to build their party back, in order to get back in. So it's going to be interesting to see if Pierre's able to follow through on all of his promises. I sure hope so. But he's definitely on his game. He owned the hell out of this reporter. Now, of course, he works for this outlet, I guess you could call, the Okanagan's homepage offering breaking local news, video, weather, classifieds, and forums. This is Castanet, or Castanet News, out of the Okanagan. Now, if you go into the Castanet News page, I won't bore everybody with it. I've gone through, taken a look at their articles, and again, yes, I can vouch. They're more liberal leaning in terms of their stories, in terms of what they cover and how they perceive politics. But it's definitely refreshing. Often on this channel, we talk about the negative all the time, the negative, all the things Trudeau's doing, all the bad stuff that's happening in the country. This was kind of fun to report on, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, because and go watch the whole thing, because seeing a man like this who's just as fed up as we are by the looks of it, who's ready to right the wrongs that have hit us financially for the last 8 years, I'm I enjoy covering the funny. I enjoy covering a little bit more of the humor side of things, and watching some of these guys that have been spending the last 8 years thinking that the virtue signaling is the be all end all and it's always going to stay that way, starting to get put in their place and being told things are about to change. The winds of change, they're a coming. But let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Have you seen the whole video? Do you think Pierre absolutely destroyed this guy? I do. I mean, the smug reactions and quick wit backfires on this reporter tell me that this man's ready, and and it was enjoyable as hell to watch. I take that as a win. Again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to hear from you. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription, as at the time of this video, we're approaching 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully by the time this video airs, we are just over that hump, and we have gone from a small fringe minority to a large fringe majority, I should say. But hit that subscribe button. Join us here on the channel. Become part of the fringe with us, and be a little bit unacceptable like the rest of our community in a good way. And click your bell for notifications to join us live here every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, where I do my weekly wrap, and we talk about everything that's happened in the previous week, everything going on in the next week, and some Q&A amongst our community. It's always great to see new community members in there getting their words in and telling me what they think, and I welcome it, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. I hope you enjoyed this video and have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the next one.